Moving on now, and in Kuala Lumpur, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi has met with British Foreign Secretary David Lammy. The two discussed strengthening bilateral ties, emphasising mutual respect and working together for mutual benefit. Wang highlighted the 80th anniversary of World War II's victory, urging both nations to safeguard the post-war order and uphold their global responsibilities as permanent UN Security Council members. Lammy expressed optimism over the positive momentum in Sino-British relations, emphasising frequent exchanges and cooperation in areas like trade and economic development. He reaffirmed Britain's commitment to the One China policy and its desire to develop safe, stable, mature relations with China. The leaders also discussed major international issues, including the Iranian nuclear situation and the ongoing Ukraine war. Well, joining us to discuss this development in this relationship is Dr. Satoru Nagao, a fellow at the Hudson Institute, joining us from Tokyo, Japan. Dr. Nagao, as always, thank you for being here. We're looking at another bilateral that has taken place after this ASEAN summit, specifically looking at relations between the United Kingdom and China. Do you think that this is messaging that we've heard and that is reality, or given the fact that either nation is slightly sided differently in terms of their ideologies, do you think this is more of a formality and a process of bilateral conversations that need to take place?
Yes, it could be a formal reconciliation of the bilateral relations, but UK's China policy is a little bit combined with security and economy. In the security side, UK is ally of the United States and relatively hawkish policy toward China. But in case of the economy, because of the UK is facing a serious situation, especially after the Brexit, so that's why the UK tried to reconcile relations with China. And in this case, a little bit interesting is last week, Chinese Foreign Minister visits 3 countries, Belgium, France, and Germany. So mainly the EU country he visited, but relation between China and EU was very bad because of China's policy toward Russia. So China is supporting Russia's war in Ukraine. In this case, European side asked China to end the support to Russia, and China refused because of then the China side said if Russia's aggression in Ukraine continues, the target of the US is Russia, not China, they said. So that's why this is a very big problem between China and EU or other European countries. And other aspect of China's economical conflict with Europe is, of course, they restrict rare earths to Europe, and they do not export enough amount of the rare earths to Europe, and the European country cannot produce enough number of car or other products based on these rare earths. So that's why under such kind of situation, Europe and China relation is not good. But in case of UK, because of the UK take distance from Europe, independently they are rebuilding the relation with China economically. But at the same time, the UK's aircraft carrier is sending the Indo-Pacific, and this is a hawkish message to China. They will not visit China. And so that's why the UK's policy is a little bit controversial, because the security is hawkish against China, economically try to rebuild the relation with China. So that's why this is why UK's global Britain policy, what is diversify the trade partner, including China. So UK will not rely on the trade with China, but UK want to increase or improve the relation with China in the business field.
Yes, and Dr. Nagao, I do want to focus on another point of discussion between David Lammy and Wang Yi. That, of course, is Iran, their nuclear deal, and the ongoing tensions that have taken place. Of course, China and the United Kingdom were both signatories in that initial 2015 deal. Do you think that countries like China and the United Kingdom can have an actual part in any potential future deal, given the current geopolitical instability?
In case of the security, the UK's policy is adjusting the situation of the United States. So if the United States try to bomb the nuclear site in Iran, in this case, UK cannot resist this. So that's why there is a big gap between the UK's policy toward Iran and China's policy toward Iran. So, view from security, UK's policy is clear. Cannot cooperate with China to deal with Iran. But in the business field, a little bit different. But this is a part of the diversification of the trade partner of the UK. So UK will not rely on China in the long run, I believe.
Yes, absolutely, Dr. Nagao. You will be staying with us as we move on now. And 3 locations